Welcome, everybody, to the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. I am Tony.
I'm boycotting. Can we get through the intro? Man. I got my finger up in the video telling you, wait, and here you come. I'm Sean.
Sean. And I'm Jeff.
We are coming to you on Super Bowl Sunday as we prepare for, what you shake your head for, man? Come on. It's the beauty of it all. There's no script. There's nobody in my ear telling me when to go.
It is somebody in your head. I'm in your face telling you when to go.
Sean. How is it in California, my man?
Sunshine and tacos. Jeff, how is it in Chicago?
Man, we in bombers and boots, bro. It's cold as all get out.
Man. And what's the temperature there, man?
I think when I got in the car this morning, to head out, it was about -4.
Oh, okay, you got us. It was 14. It's 14, so it's chilly. Sean, you ain't seen that in a while, have you?
No.
You still mad? You big mad, aren't you?
Big mad.
Big mad.
Every week is the same thing with you. Every week.
Okay. So Braylon is asking if he can join us in our Super Bowl predictions. I feel like we already gave our predictions though last week. Is that right?
Hey man, you do whatever you want anyway. Do whatever you want. You do what you want anyway. So just do what it is. Do it. Beats. Make your pick, Pete.
Let him. Come on, Braylon. Let him make his pick, man.
Come on, Braylon. Come on, man.
Hurry up.
You got to hustle, man. We got a time schedule.
Time
here.
is money.
We got to go by Sean's script. Okay. So, Braylon, who you got winning this week?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. By how
much?
Say it with your chest.
Oh,
man.
my God.
3 or more.
Huh?
3 or more.
3 or more. Plus 3. Okay.
Plus 3. Okay.
All right.
Oh, 3.5.
The Chiefs by 3. Jeff, what you got?
Man, I had the Chiefs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last week you said a number. What was the number? You said 10?
I said 10.
Okay.
All
right, Sean, what you got?
I'm going to try to hold on to the 10, man. You know, it's just one of those things where it's hard, man, to go against Brady, but I'm going to go against it.
I'm going with the Chiefs, and I'm not changing my number. 17.
17? Okay, good. Well, here's what I'm doing. I am going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hold on.
That's what I'm doing. I am changing my pick.
I think he switched up.
Switching up.
Stop. Just stop.
What?
Hold on. We just went through a whole thing this week with the 89 radio crew, and our ladies and gentlemen, offline we had a discussion while 89 radio was live on their broadcast. I jump in and we challenged them to a bet based on our picks last week when we all picked the Chiefs, and here he comes. So, if you want to switch, then join their squad.
Oh no, here's the deal. I can pick somebody else as a group.
No.
As a record label in a Mickey Ficky crew.
No.
We have decided we're going with the Chiefs.
Hey, Jeff, blood in and blood out. We're going to beat his tail on sight. You out.
And blood
you
out.
out, son. Dog, look, so when the Chiefs win, Jeff, me and you will collect money from Tony, Swig, and Mr. 937. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
I don't agree.
Look. What do you expect out of a Buckeye fan, man?
I don't agree.
You can't pick them for the bet and then pick them for the moral victory.
Says who?
I want the Chiefs to win, but I want the Bucks for moral victory.
So why you changing your pick, Tom? Why you changing your pick?
My pick, man. First off, the report says that two offensive linemen starters are out for the Chiefs on COVID. Okay. And
everybody cleared. Hold on. I saw it last night. Everybody cleared. No one tested positive.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just messing with your mind, man. These guys, man, they're not right. They're not right.
You're crazy.
They're not right.
Look,
you know what?
They get paid too much money not to be right.
Here's the deal. You know my PayPal. Oh no, you're on their squad. You're with them. The bet is you're moved over to them. You can't have it both ways. Hedging bets.
Why not? What am I gonna do? Point shave?
Yes.
What do I do? Throw the game?
You're already a stool pigeon.
game?
We already know how you get down, stool pigeon. We already
Look, he
know.
up here doing his best GameStop impersonation. Impersonation here.
What are you doing?
Hedging bets.
Hedging my bets. I won't lose. If I lose over here, I'm still gonna win on this side.
What you think? I got an agreement with A9 on the side.
He's that guy, Jeff.
That's why we bumped the price up so high.
Hey, Jeff, he put $50 on both teams. He's that guy. I got 50 on the Chiefs and 50 on the Bucks. Straight up.
Winner.
That way I win no matter what.
That's right.
But you don't win no money.
Yeah. See. That's all right.
Why are you changing your pick? Jeff asked you that 5 minutes.
Because you know what? I got to thinking.
Oh my God.
I don't feel like Brady will play two games back to back like he did. I don't see him throwing 3 picks in this game. I see a very well prepared Brady. I see a high powered offense that rivaled Kansas City all year and in the playoffs. So it's not a matter of can they score. I see a team that beat them earlier in the season and are playing better now. And I'm going with my gut, man. I just feel like the Bucs are going to pull it out.
The Chiefs beat them earlier in the season, right?
No.
Huh?
I believe the Bucs beat them.
I think the Raiders beat the Chiefs.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought the Chiefs beat the Bucs.
I think you're right.
I think we are right again.
I just don't feel like it. I feel like they're better.
I feel like the Honey Badger is going to get after his butt. I'm going to predict the Honey Badger has a sack, a fumble, and an interception, and is defensive player or MVP of the game.
No, you're doing too much on that.
You know what? You have you not seen him blitz? He'll make blitzes.
I mean, I have seen him.
He can get a sack, fumble in one play, and then if he gets a pick, it's a wrap. My prediction is right. Why are you trying to discourage me?
I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying it's a reach.
Honey Badger is one of my favorite players.
Well, make a prediction. That man draft. That's a reach.
Make a prediction. Make a prediction on who's going to be defensive MVP or MVP. Who's going to be the guy to make plays and be specific. That's what we like to do here.
For the Chiefs, it definitely would be him if anybody on defense.
Defensive MVP, Jason Pierre-Paul. That's my pick.
All 9 fingers of it.
I was going to say he may not get a finger on Mahomes.
He should be. That could be a good pick.
Jeff.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Defense for like the Chiefs they've had some moments where they look average on defense, which could be dangerous in playing Brady. My question is really whether or not can Tampa Bay keep up if it gets in an up and down match. So if it becomes a sprint where they both have to, they keep scoring, whose defense is likely to probably step up and make that play? And right now, I feel like Kansas City has the defense that can make that one stop when it's needed.
Man, I don't know about that, man. I saw the Tampa Bay defense step up and make those multiple stops when they needed to against one of the highest regarded, if not the highest regarded offense this year. So in Green Bay. So I don't know about that.
So we're asking them to do that back to back.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna say somebody can do it back to back, I would think it would be Brady and Gronk and that talented group of wide receivers.
And you're telling me that group of receivers is better than the receivers in Kansas City, and that quarterback is better than that quarterback? I don't think he's better.
But here's the deal: he doesn't have to be if the defense is up to par. If it's playing like it's been playing.
So you think Tampa Bay's defense can handle him already? What was the results of the first game?
It was close. I feel like it was like a 27-24. It was like within 7. I felt like I could be wrong, but I feel like it was within 7.
And if you think about it, when they played them, everybody was questioning the Buccaneers if they could even make a playoff run, make it into the playoffs. They weren't doing things the way they needed to then. But that team is a lot different now than it was.
It was 27-24. It was close.
What was it? 27-24.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. You got home field advantage, which I know.
Kansas City's got the number 1 ranked offense, number 1 passing, 16th rushing, 16th defense. The Bucs have the 7th ranked offense, 2 passing, 28 rushing, and 6 defense. I'm taking it.
It's gonna come down who makes the fewest mistakes.
Nick Saban said it a couple weeks ago, right? About a month ago. You can't win championships playing great defense alone anymore. Can't.
Yeah.
Offenses are too dynamic, and the rules are set up for you. You can't touch the receivers. You can't hit the quarterback above the shoulders and below the knees, and you only get one step. And he's got, that get out the box and throw it away. That's an imaginary line, huh? And then you got a guy who's a gunslinger, Brett Favre-ish, and he's got some mobility. He's not a little guy; he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can take a hit. He can't take getting choked, but he can take a hit.
No question any of that, and that's probably why Aaron Rodgers was so upset last week or 2 weeks ago, because they did have arguably one of the most dynamic offenses he's had in a long time, if not ever.
Foul on the play. You're comparing that Green Bay offense to Kansas City's offense? Green Bay has one receiver, no tight ends. Who's their running back? I am fired up today.
I am comparing that Green Bay offense to other Green Bay offenses that Aaron Rodgers has had.
But we can't talk about how does that compare to this week's matchup?
That wasn't about this week's matchup.
When Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl, that was a different offense too. How can we talk about past performance? I'm talking about this team.
You're missing the argument.
I'm telling you, there is no argument if you're talking about previous teams. What's that got to do with nothing?
See, you're not listening. But you're not listening.
I'm listening now.
What I said was,
say it again.
Aaron Rodgers was probably upset because of that. That had nothing to do with the Chiefs.
What are you talking? Upset
You're just
about
getting fired
what?
To get fired up.
Upset about what, Tone?
Next subject. Next subject.
Thank you. Upset about. I'm mad because my team's 10 years ago.
So if you're taking the Bucks, what's your point spread then? By what?
Yeah, pick a spread.
By 10.
Hey, I'm gonna let it slide because this is the first time he's probably rooted for Michigan in his life. So
what
I'm
is
gonna go
wrong
ahead and
with
let
him, man? Are you having adverse reaction? Sick James? Is something?
All right.
Has there been research? Has there been research about it affecting your brain, cognitive skills?
I have no rooting interest in tonight's game. I just have a feeling it's going to go the other way, and that is the spread in which I've got a hunch it will be by.
Hunch.
All right, then.
I can't get any
Don't
more.
Let me be right.
I can't.
Don't let me be right.
And look,
don't let me be right.
When you're wrong, we are going to be all over you.
Get ready.
Ain't no get ready. I'm ready right now. I'm just trying to get on to the next subject. I'm ready right now. This is what Bill Cosby said on that episode when Theo brought home all D's. He talking about I'm gonna do this. I'll write it. He said that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. No wonder you get D's in all your classes. God.
Oh, man.
Next subject. Yeah, Eva said don't play with her Chiefs either. She's a Chiefs fan.
Okay.
He said okay. He don't care. Flip flopper.
Man.
Flip flopper. What, man? What's the next subject?
I'm mad, man.
Look, you done made Sean fired up. He can't even say nothing.
He already ruined the intro, and now here he comes in flip-flopping with the bet we had with A9 Radio, and then he's going to be a jerk about it as well. I can't take it. It's too much.
Oh, man.
So I'm just going to drink my coffee. Y'all come up with a subject. I'll talk about it.
What you got, Jeff?
Hey, well, it looks like we finally, our teachers union and the board maybe have found a middle ground. So we might eventually get everybody back into the building, or at least those who want to be back in the building. So
you're still not back in.
Still not back in, but they've tentative agreement has kind of a phase process where probably next week, no, this week, students and teachers in the pre-K and cluster programs will come back. The following week, teachers will come back for K-5, and then the week of March 1st, the students will come back, and then March 1st, the teachers and staff will come back for grades 6 through 8. With the following week, the 8th, all the students will come back. So by March 8th, all the grade levels will be back in the building. Still in our hybrid process, but that's the plan. So unless somebody turns around and say, nah, kind of do like you just did with picking a different team, then we should be good to go. So as long as we don't have no flip-flops happening, we should be all right.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. We'll see how that turns out.
What you think about that, Sean?
You're going to pick a defense that's ranked in the top 6. That's 20% of the league, man. And that's the bottom 20. That's like number 20 and 20%. That ain't even a great defense against a great offense. For the sake of what? Hedging his bet. That's all it is. Look, I hope everything goes well with the teachers in Chicago. I want everybody to be healthy. I want all the students to be healthy. I want everybody to get paid. I want all that stuff. Now, I spoke on it.
Now back to Tony.
What a jerk. What a jerk.
Ah.
That's what happens when you upset the producer.
He's like, he's stuck. Come on, Sean.
He is stuck. He gets like this. This is called BM.
I'm not stuck.
And you know what BM stands for. And it ain't baby mama.
I'm not stuck. I said my opinion.
All right, so
I'm ready to move on.
So move on then.
So what's your script for today? What you want to talk about?
Move on, son. I want to talk about the Super Bowl.
What else you got about
Move
the Super
on,
Bowl?
son. Move on. You've ruined it for everyone. You've ruined the bet.
How's that ruin the bet?
You did ruin the bet. We were as a staff and a label and a record crew. We were supposed to take them on united against A9 Radio, and now here you go.
So you
Jeff,
feel like
light skinned cats they're flaky. Light skinned cats are flaky, man. I'm trying to tell you, son. Hey, everybody in America,
do you feel like I wouldn't cover my portion of the bet?
Hey, light skinned people ain't coming back still, and don't trust them. Ruin the bet. First, he tried to ruin it by making them buy $75 pizza packages for each one of us. I don't know what's going on there. He wants Casanos. He can get Casanos any day he wants.
So clearly, I was thinking about y'all because I can get it any day.
Right. And clearly, I was trying to tell you they ain't paying $75 to ship Casanos to me and Jeff. $75 each.
I mean, all I heard was that they thought it was too low anyway.
Oh, well,
What we were throwing out. It was too low.
Well,
they want something higher. They want something higher.
Straight cash, homie. Now you got something higher on their squad. We got to find out if they'll even accept you. They may not take light-skinned cats in Springfield. The only light-skinned cat they like is John Legend. And you ain't John Legend.
Don't make me start singing.
Please don't. I am irate.
Look. Go ahead, Tony. I'll set it up for you.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen. Up next, for the quiet hour, we have Tony Martin.
I am so done. I am so done, man.
Oh man. What else is going on, Tone?
We're gonna label this the awkward pod. Because Tone has ruined it for everybody. Tone has ruined it for everybody. I come on here full of juice, and here he come. What else is going on?
Chilling.
Chilling.
That's chilling.
Come on, man. You ain't got nothing. Ain't nobody got no stories. He ain't telling no teams. Look, he's a stool pigeon, Jeff, a flip flopper, an instigator, and he's light skinned. He ain't got no teams.
He just hit you with a trifecta. Tony, come
on
on,
him, man. I'm on him. I have no time for these games. You don't interrupt my intro for the fourth or fifth time and then flip flop. Leave the squad. He's Bobby Brown. We kicking him out the group. Huh?
Hey, Bobby, look, Bobby, tell him, look, Bobby had a good run.
Without New Edition.
I said Bobby had a good run. He had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Till he had a stroke.
I just gave you my opinion. I didn't ask to not be part of the bet. I just gave you my opinion.
Jeff, Bobby had a good run until he had that stroke, and then he did that video with Ja Rule with the crooked mouth.
Oh no!
I said it.
So wrong.
It ain't wrong. Don't do drugs.
Oh, so what about the Hall of Fame class, y'all? What y'all think about it?
I don't like how they roll it out, man. You know, I had a guy I coached. He was like, man, how Peyton Manning didn't get in because they were rolling them out individually, evidently, one at a time, and spacing it out. He was like, how does Peyton Manning not get in? Then eventually he got called.
Right.
It's a good class though. Woodson, Manning, Calvin Johnson, my man Drew Pearson from the Cowboys finally got in. Who else got in?
Contributor from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Alan Faneca.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then you have some of the other, like some couple of coaches got in. Like, didn't Jimmy Johnson get in?
No. What's his name from the Raiders? Flores.
Tom Flores.
Yep, he got in. But Tony Baselli didn't get in again. I don't know why. Who did he make mad?
So Alan Faneca got in before Tony Baselli.
Jimmy Johnson elected as part of Centennial Slate. I don't know what that
That's
means.
what it was. Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Bill Cowher as Centennial Slate. I don't know what that is.
Wasn't that announced before last night, though?
Yeah. It's weird. It's really weird.
So Calvin Johnson gets in first ballot. How do you guys feel about that? T.O. doesn't get in first ballot because some people don't like him.
That's the part that I don't like.
He gets in first ballot.
You know, the personal attacks or the grudges you may have against the player, and you have this right, you have this vote, and that keeps them out. I think that's ridiculous. My question is, why can't they do it another way? Why can't they find just because you're a journalist doesn't mean you're an expert on observing talent. Why can't they get it to where it's, you know, coaches, a panel of coaches and former players and front office people like general managers, and why can't it be that instead of journalists?
And I don't think, and it's none of that, right?
Right.
None of that.
Seems like it would be more selected by your peers.
Yeah, I mean, like how NFL Network does the top 100 from the previous year. That's how it should be. Let the players vote on it. Let the people who know the game vote on it, and not the guys who are just writing. And now it's I got a grudge because T.O. didn't want to talk to me after that one game, or he told me you're a knucklehead. You don't know what you're talking about. Now I don't want to vote him in first ballot, even though he should be.
Yep.
So it says the Centennial teams, or
John Lynch
are selections that are people that have not played like in 25 years or something like that, but they're already senior members or members that have already been in the hall.
Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Calvin Johnson. John Lynch. Alan Faneca. Manning, Woodson, and Johnson were all in their first year of eligibility. Woodson's a no-brainer to me. Manning's a no-brainer to me. Calvin Johnson, that could have waited for Calvin Johnson, I think.
Seems early.
I mean, just because you're a freak of an athlete, like, if that's the case, Javon Curse needs to get in. Right?
Wow. I'm not sure about how I feel about Calvin Johnson. But again, I'm not an expert. But
I agree with Sean.
Statistically, I think if you put him next to Teal, the Teal definitely should have been in before him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll go down as one of the greatest that, could have even put up better numbers, if he would have stuck around a little longer. But for whatever reason, and that's totally his right. I mean, he had done enough to etch himself into the books as one of the greatest. I just first ballot, the kind of guys that get first ballot. I don't think there should ever be a question.
Yeah.
As to the first ballot guys.
Yeah.
Like those aren't the guys we usually talk about. Like, oh, I don't know. No, he was a first ballot and everybody knew it.
Right.
I don't feel that way about him.
Right. Hold on. Go ahead. Another thing I want to talk about real quick with the Cincinnati Bengals. They tweeted out that they were disappointed that Ken Riley, defensive back, was not recognized in players who have passed. I guess they had run a video or something. It's 50 cents, Jeff.
That wasn't me.
Tony, that's $1.50. But he wasn't recognized. He wasn't recognized as one of the former players who had passed and was a major contributor to the game. And he's like tied for 5th or 6th in interceptions, right? So he should have been recognized as one of those guys who passed. And they tweeted that they weren't happy. And boy, some of them fans got on them because you know what? They were like, you know what? How about you recognize them first? And then maybe the NFL will recognize them. The Bengals, I didn't realize this, don't have a Ring of Honor. And they got arguably one of the best offensive linemen to ever play the game. And they don't put anybody in a Ring of Honor. So don't be out there tweeting Cincinnati at Cincinnati Bengals, talking about why y'all didn't recognize somebody. Y'all don't recognize anyone. So first off, you don't pay them. And then you don't recognize them when they do give it up. And then you come on here talking about why you ain't shout us out. Yeah. Typical Bengals.
All right, so I got one since we're going to talk like that. How do you guys feel about the defensive player of the year? There's a little bit of a sentiment growing for TJ Watt, saying that because he led in most statistical categories as a defensive player and dominated like he did, he should have potentially beat out Aaron Donald. And that was a tweet that came out from JJ Watt, his brother, also defensive standout. So what are your feelings on that? I have a strong feeling on it, but what do you guys think?
Before anybody answers, hold on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Hit that subscribe button right there when you're on the YouTube channel. Like, share, comment, engage with us. We love when you do that. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, comment, share, engage with us there as well. You can also hear the audio anywhere you can hear a podcast. We are also available on your Alexa-enabled devices. Thanks for listening to the show. Say word, son.
Son.
Word, son.
Word, son.
I tell you, man, it is hard work dealing with light-skinned folks sometimes. We pre-record these things so we don't have to say them every time. And all we ask for is to be a little quiet. No, we didn't even ask for it. We just started doing it. Right, Jeff? Right? Am I right, Jeff? We just kind of, we point. We don't talk. I got this dude rumbling stuff on his desk, opening up bottles, drinking, put the bottle, put it back on there, burping, put the bottle down. I'm like,
I
what's
didn't burp.
going
I did
on?
not burp.
What is
I
going
did not
on?
burp.
Why are you like this today? Is it because of the Super Bowl? Are you excited? Is that what it is? And if you're excited, just say you're excited, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll have some more understanding, and I'll give you a little more grace.
I'm excited
All right.
to hear what you guys think about the question I just asked. All right. What you got?
I'm going to say that, yeah, TJ Watt had a good year. And your brother co-signing, that's good. Brotherly love. Got it. But
That's what you expect.
You post up the numbers and you show the comparison and you say he had an equal to or better than year, right? That's what he did. You tell your brother, JJ, slide your little happy butt on down there to that one tech and get those double teams 80% of the snaps and see how it works out. And then we will slide Aaron Donald out to the edge and see how it works out. Because I'm going to guess that AD can play that outside spot way better than you can play that one tech. Tell JJ, shut the heck up. How about that? That's what I got to say. Because look, it's weird to come. Your family ties has got you all excited, right? But football people know that is not possible. That shouldn't be happening. He shouldn't have these numbers as a one tech. We were excited when Warren Sapp did this as a three tech, right? He wasn't getting the doubles. He forced a lot of times. He got some doubles, right? But to see a one tech do this, it's ridiculous. It's unheard of. So TJ, be happy with second place. Go ahead, Jeff.
I got nothing.
Slide on in there, TJ.
I agree with you. I mean, but I'm just saying I agree with you. You
Slide
put Aaron
on
Donald on, you change the lineup positions. I think Donald's numbers look better.
Man,
they would look better if they were playing the same position. Donald's numbers would look better. And it's not to take anything away from TJ. I just think Donald will have the better run at it if they were in the same spots. So
we are all on one accord. I agree 100%.
A small blip, a small Woj bomb. Detroit has agreed to trade guard Derrick Rose to New York for Dennis Smith Jr. in the 2021 second-round pick. Derrick Rose, I feel bad for him.
Hey, but you know what?
He's the Penny and Grant Hill of our generation. You got to think about it, Jeff.
Yeah, I am.
He was MVP.
I think you're right.
He was MVP, dog, in a league that had LeBron in it.
Man, if he didn't get hurt, those cats didn't want none of him.
No, none of that work.
I mean, quiet as kept. I mean, he's been low key balling still.
Yes,
he has come back quite well from it, considering. It's a nice pickup for the Knicks.
They're trying to do something nice in New York.
The Knicks are slowly and quietly and not chirping too much.
Yeah.
Owners not making any waves and pissing off. Can I say that on this one? Making Charles Oakley mad. You just won't let him in the arena anymore.
Sounds like somebody told him shut the heck up, right?
Right. Well, right.
And Obi Toppin, UD
signs with Jump Man.
Oh, UD Flyers. Jump Man.
So
Jump Man. Yeah, that's me.
Jump Man. They got the kid. They got the point guard from 2 drafts ago, Duke. So they're trying to do some things.
Jones.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
What's that? I don't remember his name. Looking that up, Sean.
They got Randall. I forgot Randall was there.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett. That's the one that we had that discussion. Who's going to be a better pro, RJ Barrett or Zion Williamson?
still think Zion's going to be a better pro if he stays healthy.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, this
Mm-hmm.
we've had that discussion. It's one thing because at a certain level, everybody's an athlete, everybody's a freak, but there's some freakier than freak, and he's one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's got bounce back up, unlike anyone I've seen in a while. I'm trying to think, like Barkley used to do it. Go up for the rebound or tip, and it didn't go back in, and he goes right back up, and it's faster than everyone else.
Right. Right. So here's my worry about him, though, and I don't want to wish anything on anybody. I don't want to jinx anybody. You look at some of these guys, and like you mentioned Derrick Rose and how he had what he had, and then all of a sudden got hurt. It took him a little while, but he's kind of come back and has been doing some things. As you get older, if you lose certain parts of your game, right, but you can still maintain a level or even get better in some areas to still be dominate in some respects. If he lost that, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that worries me about him in this day and age, and the explosiveness of the game and the physicality of the game, because it is, with bigger, faster, stronger guys. I understand they take away, some of the physicality as far as just the blatant stuff, but the reality of it is, man, these guys are running and jumping in crowds and bumping,
right?
Unlike any other era. So hopefully for him, he can stay healthy, because he's fun to watch.
Yeah,
he's fun to watch.
He is fun. And I think they got him with the right guy, the right guys around him, with Ingram and even with Lonzo, because Lonzo likes to throw it up to him, and then, he likes to push it up the court.
Well,
but Lonzo is no longer the best ball brother.
Yeah, LaMelo.
LaMelo has no fear. There's no guard. It's like they gave him the green light. He hit for like 38 last night or the night before.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. I don't even think he's starting yet, is he?
He just started the first game this past week.
Either last week or past week.
After he came off the bench and hit him with a couple triple doubles. Who comes off the bench and drops triple doubles on people, son? Huh?
Yeah. He definitely has no conscience, no fear.
No conscience. I tell you what, the big baller, as much as people gave him heck, because he's an irritant. Like them light-skinned people. He's an irritant. But, man, he got his kids going.
Look, he was the Williams father.
There it is.
Of basketball.
There it is.
That's all it was. He believed that his kids were the ones and would trend set. And, well, I don't know. The jury's still out as far as long term, but they dare.
Yeah.
So
a couple factors there, right? Obviously, social media now much bigger than it was when the Williams sisters were coming up.
Yeah.
Obviously, basketball being a much bigger platform than tennis. I mean, we're talking about women tennis players that were the tops in the world.
Right.
Okay. If and yeah, we talk about Williams' dad, but it pales in comparison, right, to Ball. I mean, Ball's on all the talk shows. He's getting interviewed by all the major outlets. He's telling ladies to stay in their lane, and getting reprimanded for it, by the ESPN brass or and whatnot.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, he's laughing all the way to the bank. A marketing genius.
Yeah.
Just getting on people's nerves.
All coverage is good coverage.
Two of his sons. Yeah. Now, two of his sons are starting in the NBA, and the other one,
floating around G League for a while.
He's still didn't he sign? Isn't he still with the G League this year?
He went to Detroit, but they let him go. I don't know where he's at
basketball,
now.
Getting some paper, and he's part of the Ball family. So,
man,
all good.
If nothing else, he got a job with the shoe company, right? Big Ball. Are they still doing it?
I think they're changing. I think they're moving over to a Croc-like product though, because they definitely can't do the basketball shoes. Anything that requires performance, as the son wouldn't even wear them.
I saw, and I watched that show on Facebook, and it was a battle. He was like, the Lonzo said the brand is damaged or is in disrepair or whatever, and he's like, and his dad was like, says who? He says the world. I was like, God. I mean, they weren't talking for a minute. But then Lonzo, the last I saw, he was starting his own thing, and his dad was okay with it. One of the guys his dad had hired to help run BBB was like telling his dad, like, hey, wait a minute, you pushed your kids to be this way, to have their own and develop their own and create their own. How can you get mad when they go out and create their own? You can't.
Right.
And his dad was like, yeah, that makes sense. So he ain't mad. It's money for the family. It's money for the family, period. I don't see any of them kids turning and saying, nah, Dad, I'm not going to give you and Mom anything. Yeah, they ain't doing that. Not based on what I've seen. They cut stuff up in reality TV, but I see them kids with their mom, she had that stroke, and how much they care, and then how much their dad takes care of her. They ain't going against him. They just was fighting about ugly shoes. But I saw a clip from a guy who makes shoes, right? It wasn't athletic shoes, but he was trying to say when you start your own shoe company, it's like $10,000 per size to get that started. So if you start at 6 and go 6.5, 7, all the way up, you know how much money? That's why he was charging $500 a pair of shoes. You got to recoup that money. Tone, did you ever get yours?
Sean, I never ordered them. Never ordered them.
I went to the website to get a shirt. Them shirts are expensive.
I had to wait.
Shirts are too expensive.
Never buy the new stuff, man. You let it go for a year, see how it's gonna work.
I'm gonna catch it at TJ Maxx.
There you go. Kohl's.
Goodwill had one of them Triple V shirts in there for me somewhere.
Wish something, right?
Right. Looks like LiAngelo isn't anywhere right now, but he's all right.
He's chilling.
And the bad thing is, man, like he's the one that had probably the least amount of ability. He still has ability, right? Otherwise, he doesn't get a look. But compared to the other two,
play.
But he needed what he needed to go to college, and then he kind of messed up when he had that incident in China, and then Trump and Dad got in and said, "No, we ain't going back to UCLA. If you're going to discipline," he was mad because the coach wanted to discipline him. That's where I thought he made a mistake. You gotta let your kids get disciplined by these coaches. Because if Dad's not there, the world's gonna be hard on him.
Right.
That's right.
Let him take that L. Yeah, you can practice, but you can't play. How many times have I heard that? How many times have I seen that happen to other players? Yeah, got in trouble, and the coach keep him on the team because the coach cares about the kid, loves the kid probably, and his job is to teach him a lesson. It ain't about sports all the time. Right. So you're going to come in here and you're going to practice with all of us. You might do a little extra running, and you might not get to play a couple games. Let me tell you something. I remember vividly missing a couple workout sessions in the summertime. This is weight room. I didn't miss practice.
Come on with it.
We just talk about practice. We sitting here.
I didn't miss practice,
player, and we're in here talking about practice.
Right. I didn't miss practice, Coach Fancher. I missed a couple weight sessions. You know what that cost me? A quarter in a scrimmage. And I think our friend Mr. Victor Norfley was standing next to me because he missed a couple weight room sessions. Right? You know what that taught me? Don't miss any weight room sessions. You don't get to play. Your buddy's out there having fun, banging heads, and you got to stand on the sideline fully dressed and don't get to play. Right? Life lesson. Let your kids get coached up.
That's right.
Look, how many times did you make that mistake again?
Didn't. I didn't. The next year, my bench increased by 30 pounds. I didn't miss no days. Let your kids get coached. Let your coach. Let someone who is positive in your life, right? In your kid's life. Not some jerk, but somebody who's positive. Actually, you signed them up to be with that person. Let them go on and have that relationship and build that relationship with your child. And if they need to get disciplined, it's okay. As long as they ain't putting their hands on them and cussing them out.
That's right.
And it's warranted. It's a good lesson.
Times are different.
Times are different.
You know what? If I'd have
walked this conversation just a couple days ago.
Jeff, if I would have walked home and said, "Mom, Guess what? Coach didn't let me play, or he's not going to let me play Saturday in the scrimmage because I missed weight room. You know what my mom would have said?
Same thing all of ours would have said.
You can go get a job.
Yeah,
you can go down there, or you can quit the team and go get you a job. What you going to do? Ain't going to be no get in the car, let's go talk to coach. Ain't going to be none of that. I used to laugh at the guys. There was one guy, sophomore year, junior year. We had already been through a couple scrimmages, maybe a couple games. He was getting no burn. He was a senior. No burn. I look up, guess who's coming in to the coach's office with him? Mom. You know what happened a couple days later? Getting some burn. Yep.
Look,
What?
I can remember having my position changed at one point because of someone's dad coaching the team, and this was not even like at a point where it really counted, right? This is all about just learning the game.
Yeah.
But I got moved, so I went from quarterback to I think a wide receiver, and then I think the first play they ran, I scored, and they moved me to like an off. Man, I played all over the field. It's like every place they just kept moving me. Not to say I was all that, but it was just like one of those things. Again, I had to change the position because
somebody else couldn't get no burn, and mom and dad had to slide in there and straighten it out. Come on.
So,
we're better than that. Hold on.
Fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening and watching the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Please take a moment and subscribe and follow us on YouTube. Push the button right there. Right there. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. You can also find our audio anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. Thank you again for following the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Say word, son.
Word, son. Jeff, we gotta re-record that after this.
Hey, but if we did, y'all would not get to laugh every Sunday.
I
man.
can keep it.
I mean,
we can play it before the pod. We can play it at the end of the pod. Sign off.
Oh man.
Good Lord. What, Tone?
So I'm having that same conversation or similar conversation not too long ago, with coaching youth. And my question is it different? Like, are the kids different? What's different? Because I see certain things that I see that I wonder about and question. But then I see other groups of kids and it's not different. It's
parenting.
You see those things. Yeah.
I think parents are different. I look at it from I don't know. Our parents were ones in which they believed you work for what you get, right? If you want it, you go out there and you work for it.
Yeah.
No one expected none of us ever expected anything to be given to us. We had setbacks. Somebody got ahead of us on the depth chart. What did we do? We went to the weight room and stayed in there for hours. So, had to get kicked out of the weight room. Then we would go get out there, and when we got our shot to play, we played. Whereas it just seems like now people expect, like, hey, it's my kid. They deserve to be on the field. Make it happen.
Because he's part of the team.
And it's just kind of like one of those things to where I just feel like at a time when we was coming up, it was all about go out there and work for it. And if you got beat out, you got beat out. And if you got the spot, you had to be able to hold on to it because somebody else was coming after you on your heels. So go ahead, Sean.
Let me tell you something. My mom didn't give a damn. She wanted me to go to school and get grades. Football was extra. And I remember vividly. You know why I knew my mom? My mom would come up the steps at Stebbins High School and sit in the very first row, very first seat. As soon as the game was over, she's out. She came out here to show some support. I could always find her. She'd wave at me, and she was out. And the other part of that is I lost my spot senior year. You know who didn't come down to the school? You know who I didn't tell? Right? I lost the starting defensive end spot. I started on offense. I rotated. I was a sub on defense. You didn't see me crying. I just stayed working. I got some burn. I was happy. We were on a winning team. Part of the brotherhood. And if it happened for a reason. It wasn't because they didn't like me. It's because somebody could do a little bit better. And that's okay. You know what it allowed me to do? Allowed me to focus on offense. we were one of the highest scoring teams in the league. I'm okay with it. But my mama didn't come down there. My mama didn't ring nobody's phone. The only time my mom was at the school was when we was getting into it. You know, you get called the N-word, mom's going to make a call. So, that and parent-teacher conferences.
That was about the only time a phone call would get made.
Right. That's it. She wasn't coming down there for because something happened on the basketball, football team. Crazy. She'd be like, fine, quit. That means I ain't got to pay no fees, buy you basketball shoes, drive all over to the games. Okay, cool. Go get a job. Good Lord. Soft, man.
It's definitely a different mentality.
Soft.
And that's that's one of the things that with our group, we try to emphasize that you can either figure it out now, save yourself some of that heartache, pain, okay, and disappointment.
Yeah.
Or not. And that's something else to do.
That's it. Find something
because
else.
Understand this, this is something I told our kids. You're going to go here and play. You're going to go there and play. And they don't care how you feel.
No,
they don't care. They don't care about all that. And there's going to be times when you get tired of getting beat by groups that aren't as athletic, maybe aren't as good or talented, but they got after it. And when that's the only difference, oh, that's a bummer. When that's the only difference and you lose.
You know what that reminds me of when you say that? That
That's
reminds me.
That's going to sting as you get older more than it stings in fifth grade. I guarantee you.
That reminds me of those Tip City teams when Keyshawn was playing, and they all looked the same. You didn't see anybody who was just like overly big or fast, but they were always like 9-1.
They could play that technique.
Yeah,
they
did have one guy that went to like Brown or something like that. He was a running back, and he was tough to deal with. But all the rest of those cats, you'd be like, how are they beating people? Because they were playing sound football. There wasn't no freaks.
It's a life lesson.
And do it right. Do it right and play as a team.
That's right.
You can have success.
That's right.
It's like Tom Brady. He is very, very average right now as a quarterback. But his technique is good. It's sound. He gets the ball where it's supposed to go. You fall into the offense. You don't get outside of the game plan, and then you can have success. He hasn't been dynamic in a long time.
He threw for over 4,500 yards this year, man.
That's because how many times did he throw the ball? He is checked down Brady.
And he still threw for 4,500 yards.
That's the game, though. But that's the game. You can't touch him, Jeff, and you can't touch the receivers. Can you look up? Let's look up. Can we look up stats? Passing. You know how many 4,000-yard quarterbacks there were
this year?
Yeah.
Think of at least 4 of them.
12. So when you say 4,000, y'all be like, what? Deshaun Watson, 4,800. Pat Mahomes, 4,700. Brady, 46. Matty Ice, 45. Josh Allen, 45. Justin Herbert, 43. A-Rod, 42. Kirk Cousins, 42. Russell Wilson, 42. Phillip Rivers, 41. Derek Carr, 41. Stafford, 4,000. That's not an elite number. The number's 5.
Not anymore.
He said it up.
The number's 5 when Drew
He's
Brees
40,
did it.
But he's the oldest cat on the list.
Phillip Rivers did it.
Brady is the oldest on the list.
And he's better. I don't care about age. How old is Phillip Rivers?
You called him out. Is he 40?
Aaron Rodgers is old.
Is he 40?
Phillip Rivers? Yeah. 39.
39. Okay.
And that arm is at least 48.
Man, he seemed like the oldest. He seemed like the oldest quarterback in the league.
I thought he was older than. I thought he was older than Brady.
Throwing it.
And all them kids, that arm is. I'm changing it. That arm is 49. He got all them kids.
Man, look.
Come on.
What's he got?
You know what? Let's
a whole offense on one.
Let's not lose sight though of how much he takes care of his body.
Right.
Just like LeBron.
Well, he cheating.
People talk. Listen, LeBron's a great athlete, but here's the deal: there's a lot of great athletes playing professional sports. When you're at that point, the difference is obviously some luck, and not getting injured, and it's how much you are willing to invest in yourself to take care of your body, and how disciplined you're going to be.
And Jeff,
the reality of it is, it's funny, but the best actually invest the most and make the better decisions.
Right. He also did that on the second most attempts.
Who's that, Brady?
Yes. I'm just saying.
They did throw it a lot. They did throw it a lot.
Not running game either. Not much of one. Consistently.
That's right.
Well, it's the offense. It's by choice, right? I mean, it's not that they couldn't run it, but they just didn't run it.
And then stick with too much.
But he also didn't throw 30. He also didn't throw picks like the last guy. Basically, I was having this conversation with Braylon. The difference between going to the playoffs, for that group was the amount of picks.
That's it.
Yeah, because the games, they weren't getting blown out.
30 for 30, wasn't it? Wasn't he 30 for 30?
30 and 30.
Hey, New Orleans, that's what you got. when Drew Brees hangs him up, he's hung him up. That's what you're getting. Jameis. Gonna eat these W's. Hold on, son.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Do us a favor and hit the subscribe button right there. YouTube, like it, share it. We appreciate it. Right there. Still right there. All right. Also, you can follow us on any social media platform. For instance, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And last but not least, you can check out the audio on pretty much anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. So, once again, subscribe, like, share, Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean.
And Jeff. You need to re-record yours too. Disrespect. Why? Why are you like that?
That's on loop. It's not like I do it every week. I don't forget about him at all now. Every time I say it in the beginning, I remember him. Got me on one day. There was a pause.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about you and that daggone bottle.
You didn't re-record it. I was just doing that because you want to act up during the thing like you're trying to match somebody. Well, I could do it too.
Why can't we be professional? I know we do what we want, right? But why can't this be a professional podcast?
Ebony and Carmelo.
What is he?
Huh?
I'm gonna get you.
I can't say Ebony and Ivory.
We gotta get him.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is a side effect of COVID.
Hey, you know what? To be totally honest,
this is a side effect. This is the best I've felt in a month. This is what you're gonna tell me?
No, I'm actually good, man. I thank you for asking and showing concern. I am feeling great. I've been feeling great.
I'm showing concern because of the abnormal behavior.
Oh man, listen, it's a Super Bowl. It's Sunday. We're all loose. We're inside, so we're warm. I mean, you wouldn't understand that. 'Cause I've been out in the almost 0 degree weather today.
It's cold here.
I'm just happy. I am happy for the blessings, and that's that. That's that. It ain't cold there. It ain't never been cold there.
It does get cold.
50
It's
ain't
cold.
50 is not cold.
Let me tell you
cold.
something. It's a different kind of cold. Like they say, that's a different kind of heat in the desert. It's a different kind of cold, man. That air off that water, it's dog.
Yeah.
You see these homeless folk when they set up their little encampments, man. It's blankets on blankets on blankets because it's cold. Winter
Man,
coats,
we get,
hats.
look, we get air off the water too.
Yes, son. Yes, son.
Like,
Cold here at
Michigan
night.
ain't no punk. Boy. What
Yeah.
you talking about?
The Pacific Ocean, man. And water off the beach. It ain't cold
Yeah,
for
we
me,
get it.
but it gets cold to some people.
50 degrees ain't cold.
Jeff, it dropped down. I had frost on the windshield a couple weeks ago.
That's because it's confused out there. It's confused.
Where I live is right on the base of the mountains, so it's a little colder. When we went to the casino for New Year's a couple years ago, it was cold, like winter coat cold, because the casino was in the mountain. It's cold. I had a winter coat. It was cold. It snows there.
Okay.
When you came out the mountains, you was back in short.
Yes.
Right. So that ain't cold.
I took the trash out last night in t-shirt and shorts at like 2 a.m.
I did too, but I was hoping I didn't fall because I would have been frostbitten.
I didn't want to fall either.
Look, I about did yesterday. Walked out the door and stuff been freezing, falling off the house. Dog ran out the door. He went out, didn't have no issues. I stepped out, my right foot went.
If you'd have closed that door on him, he'd have had some issues. He'd have came right back.
Ice about took me out.
I used to go let Daisy out. I'd open the door. She'd look at that snow and turn right back around. She wouldn't even go out.
Right back inside.
I'd be like, if you don't go outside and go to the restroom, because I know you got to go, you better go on and go. Ain't going to be no holding it.
I got to push AJ out the door.
I will say, Brody will go out and he gets it done real quick. Ain't no walking around, trotting,
ain't no sniffing,
back and forth. He goes right to it. He's like, come back inside. So
look, I didn't realize how deep the snow was. Like the first day or so after it snowed, and I threw him out there. He stepped out; it was all up to his neck. He turned around and looked at me like, "You."
He was cussing you out. He's like, "I'm gonna poop in your shoe later, sucker."
He was not happy.
What's wrong with you, man? You got clear, so you got to clear a path for the dog, man.
Yeah, I ended up going out and clearing him a path, but yeah, that first day I threw him out there that morning. It was all the way up to his neck.
Speaking of snow, you posted a picture of a chair and something on the street. What's going on?
So it's called dibs here, man. So one of those things where you dig your cart out of a spot, you better not go pull. Somebody else better not pull into your spot.
No.
So what they do here, big snows and you got blizzards, whatever. Your car's parked on the street. You got to dig out. You got to do all that work to get your car off the curb and get out into the street. People put chairs and stuff. I don't do it, but I didn't see it up first until the north side. I lived up on the north side when I first moved up here, and I used to see chairs and all that stuff sitting out there. Haven't quite figured out what's in the jugs as far as what they've been putting up. That was the first for me. That's why I posted the picture. I was like, I don't know. Explain this to me.
I'm going to guess that there's a little bit of water in them jugs. And if they come back and you in that spot, that jug going through your windshield.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Froze.
My Ring, the Ring, I got the Ring app, right?
Yeah.
And every time there was some alerts coming in, one alert was like somebody got hit over the head because somebody stole their shovel. And the other one, while they was outside, they took their shovel. It's not funny, man. Somebody got hurt.
Y'all wilding in Chicago, man. That's what cold weather and that's what extreme hot weather does to people. Make them crazy.
And then another post was that people was getting their tires slashed for parking spots. Again, you dig out, people done put all that work to dig out of the spot. Only problem with slashing somebody's tire
They can't
is the
move.
fact that you can't move the car, so they're still stuck in your spot. But that's you see a chair, that usually means somebody put in some work to get their car out that spot, and that spot better be there when they get back.
I am flabbergasted.
So it's all dibs.
I'm flabbergasted.
That's why I was like, man, and like I said, I've been in this neighborhood 5-6 years, so this is like the first time I've seen it. So I think somebody else posted like, you must have new neighbors from the west side of the city.
Chicago is the pettiest city in the country. Huh? What is going on?
Yeah, man. So dibs.
That can only happen in large cities where people drive and there's not a lot of parking.
But look, here's the thing. The problem is there's plenty of spaces to park. But what makes that side of the street funny that they did it is because usually when they have people usually park on our side of the street and then walk across the street to go to their place. Meanwhile, that whole sidewalk is free and clear. So it's like one of those things like, y'all the ones who park all over and everybody in front of everybody else's house. But you want to put a chair out in front of yours.
So what you need to do is you need year round. You need to have a chair out there in your spot.
No, it wouldn't work.
I would make a cardboard cutout, Bernie, and put him out there.
Bernie.
Put him out there in the chair, legs crossed, with his mittens on.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's in them jugs, so that's hilarious to me.
I tell you, it's water with some rocks, and when it freezes up, you take my spot. I just got it right there, and I grab it and throw it through your windshield and go in the house.
Mess.
That's petty.
Absolute mess. So yeah,
that's some petty, huh? Unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
Settle down, Tone.
Well, I'm glad to see you are in a better mood now, Sean. Instead of being crotchety, grumpy grandpa.
Well, you can't look.
Come on.
You can't miss the pod for 3 weeks.
Come on.
And then when you come back, you're disruptive. You're getting put on the parent teacher conference. That goes on your report card. Disruptive in class, not showing up, huh? Being light skinned.
I was back last week, man. Come on.
Is that what it was?
Come on. 2 weeks in a row.
So
giving hot take points. All right.
Do you guys do any partake in any of the Super Bowl prop bets?
No, I haven't.
No.
All these squares and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not the squares, like the bets, the prop bets.
Oh, you mean like
coin toss?
Okay.
Length of the national anthem and defer or receive. Huh?
There's a one for the length of the national anthem.
Yeah, over under. Sean the Greek might have to go on and put 20 on something like that and see if I can do a parlay. I wonder if you can do a parlay with prop bets. You guys are
at some point you got a problem.
You guys are no fun. Problem.
So are you looking at these prop bets, Sean? You want to throw them out there?
I just read something to you.
Throw them out there.
I just read something to you.
Come on.
You want to hear more of it?
We had no interest in that one, though. Yeah, something better than that.
They got the coin toss, defer, receive.
Something better than that, man.
Will the team that wins the coin toss win the game? Super Bowl commercial prop bets. Which Anheuser-Busch brand commercial will air first? Bud Light Seltzer, Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. How many commercials will have a dog in them? How many commercials will show a person wearing a mask? Will an M&M spokes candy be wearing a mask? Yes. Who will speak first in Frito-Lay's pregame commercial? Peyton or Eli Manning? That's pretty good. Will there be a COVID vaccine commercial? Yes. I think I can win some money today. Total number of commercials. Super Bowl Gatorade shower prop bets for the color. another 50 cents. Whose is that? Come on, Tom. Who's going to pour the Gatorade? Defense, offense, or both? On the coach. Super Bowl postgame MVP speech prop bets. Who will the MVP refer to first in his speech? Teammates, God, religion, USA, the winning city, family, coaches, team owner. Will MVP say Disney in the speech? No. Will burger be said by Andy Reid? Yes. He's already said it. He said the first thing he was going to do is get a big fat burger last year, right? He's going to say it again this year. There's a lot of them, man. Will Joe Biden call to congratulate the winning coach? I don't know if he'd do it on air. Will any player propose to his girlfriend on the field after the game? No. I got time for that. This isn't
right
college bowl game where the kid from Boise State proposed to his cheerleader girlfriend. I wonder if they're still together. So I see the maximum time I can hold your guys' attention is just over an hour. You see how bright-eyed Tony started?
Kids.
Look at his eyes. You see how bright-eyed he started? Now look at him, drunk. He done came down off his high, whatever he was doing. That COVID fever done wore off.
Come on now.
Something.
Come on now.
Huh? He's out of juice, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Tom.
I didn't want to get up and get another one. Yes, sir.
So you still sticking with that bet? Still staying with Tampa?
One last shot.
I don't even know. I don't know what it means.
What is going on?
I don't know what it means anymore.
What?
You know what? I'm going with the Chiefs. How's that? I'm going with the Chiefs. Whatever I said last week. Whatever I said, stick to it.
He's been disowned.
Stay with it.
We're disowning him.
Wait a second. Stay with it.
I've had enough. I'm going to go back to my UFC video game. Jeff, did you download it?
All right.
Not yet.
Come on, somebody download it so we can play. Don't download the game. It's free. You got Game Pass, right?
You have to send me something on there. I don't know if we have it or not.
Probably
Ask
do.
Braylon.
Braylon will probably know.
You probably do because of part of it's how you get online to playing online.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Basically, Game
See
Pass,
what's going on.
you can
We'll see.
with Game Pass, you can download a bunch of free games every month, and they're there for like a month or two.
I can't stay up all night playing games, man. But I can't be up like that till 4:30 in the morning.
I
like
didn't
said
ask you to
were.
do that. Nobody asked you to do that.
I'll be sitting there with my CPAP machine on, playing darn video games. That's what'll happen. You got Fred G coming out now.
But you know what? It's funny how it's like one of those things.
What?
I got nothing now. Never mind. Forget it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Hey, Jeff posted on our Facebook page. Thanks for liking the page, getting involved with us, sharing it, and all that good stuff. All the new users and new followers, we appreciate it. Now, we need you to go on over to YouTube and do the same thing.
Same thing.
Yes, please.
YouTube,
All right, fellas.
IG, Twitter. Come with it.
All of that.
Enjoy the game tonight. Enjoy the game. Have a good week. Start to your week. And
Say words, son.
go Chiefs and say words, son.
Oh, my God.
Word, son.
Words, son.